Everyone, how are you doing today? Trust you had a great day. So today I'm going to be talking to parents who are trying their best to help their children um, scale up in the academic pursuit. So, um, like I asked in my last post, how do you teach your child to spell? Sometimes teaching children to spell becomes a sometimes difficult task, but you can make it easy. So, how do you teach them to spell? The first thing to do is that you need to teach your children sound of the alphabet instead of the alphabet themselves. Okay, so some people, you teach a child A, B, C, D, they all sing it like a song, they understand it, they know it. Some of they identify the letters, they know these letters, but sometimes they still find it difficult. So the best thing to do is to teach them the letter sound. So A sounds A. Each of the letters of the alphabet, they have the sound they make. Some of them, they have some of the alphabet make two sounds, can be the soft and the hard sound. Okay, so you need to teach them the sounds, each of the basic sounds, and also let them know the different the particular letters that make two different sounds. So, and also teach them the rules. Okay, well, okay, if you say letter A, let's say for example, letter A sounds A, right? Letter B sounds B. But there are times where letter A sounds A instead of A. Okay, so you need to let them know those rules. That is how it becomes easy. Because if you teach a child letter A, the child knows A to Z by heart, but does not is not familiar with the sounds of the alphabet. If you tell that child, reading and spelling becomes very difficult. So you need to teach them. They must, the same way they know the letters of the alphabet, they need to know the sound by heart. That is how you, so that when that child becomes okay, the child sees C-A-T instead of cramming C-A-T cat. Now, when a child goes to see some that kind of word somewhere, but with a little difference, it becomes very difficult for the child to pronounce or spell. But when once that child already knows let the sound, if you see CAT is cat, right? You see at at. Now, if you for any reason the child sees in another place, maybe one of the alphabet changes to maybe the letter T changes to R. The child does not need to come start cramming. So when once the child knows that letter C sounds K, letter C A K, letter A sounds ah, and letter R sounds R. See, so the child begins to read. No, as you are changing the letters, it becomes very easy for that child to read or spell. Okay, now, so let's go back to my post where I say, how do you teach them how to spell homophones? Okay, now, if a child already knows the sounds of the alphabet, right? They can spell easy words. When they hear the sound, they can pronounce the word, they can use the sound, maneuver, and spell. Now, how do you get them to spell homophones? Homophones are words that are similar, they are pronounced the same, they have the same pronunciation but different meaning and different spelling. Okay, so if they sound the same, how do you get to the same? For example, you have the word sun and sun. Okay, you are telling a child, maybe a child that's still trying to learning how to spell, and you're telling the child to spell the word sun. And if the child spells S-U-N, is correct, S-O-N. But what do you want the child to spell? You now need to explain. You need to tell the child what you expect of that child to spell. So when you are teaching a child to spell, You have to teach the child the sound of the alphabet. You have to make them understand. They should have it at heart. The same way they have the letters of the alphabet at heart, they should have the sounds at heart. And also, when you are teaching the child, you also have to let the children know the meaning of each of these words. Okay, so before you tell the child, okay, you are going to spell it, you are teaching the child to spell a particular thing. Okay, you've taught the child the letters of the alphabet and you are teaching spelling. As you are teaching, this, you have to let the child know the correct meaning of each of these words. Okay, so this is how they do what? They learn the to spell. It becomes easy. So if I say spell me son, okay, the male child of a family, you see the child will easily spell will easily know the son you are asking him or her to spell. And if you say spell me son, I mean the sun that gives light by day, that gives. So you see, so it becomes easy for that child to spell. So thank you for listening.